There we go. She's working with no issues. Awesome.
Metro City, a well-known crime capital, has been ruled by violence and death for many years. A fact which the newly elected mayor and former street fighter Mike Hager plans to change.
Have a good night, Marcus.
At the center of the problem is the huge gang.
Thanks for watching.
Mad Gear. Mad Gear controls all of the major criminal activity in the city. When they learned of Hager's plans, they took immediate action to bring this new mayor.
I think my issues with the Super NES Final Fight are well documented. Obviously, that was not a good port. My little brother insanely pissed at me for convincing him to pull our money together and spend the money on Final Fight because I thought it was 2 players and it wasn't. I was so mad. I remember seeing this at a Best Buy on clearance, I think for like $2.99 when they were starting to blow out Sega CD stuff. And I'm like, oh man, this is 2 players. Like, I wish I would have had the foresight back then to buy games when they were super cheap like that, even though I didn't have the systems.
What happened to Jessica? Who is this?
Not so fast, Mike.
It's pretty close. You got 2 players simultaneous play. You got all 3 characters. You actually have enhanced CD music. I think you have
Son of a...
an extra level or 2 on here. It's pretty close. Yeah, Pro Gear. The intro to this is pretty pretty cheesy.
Why make your job difficult? Just let us do as we please.
Definitely better than the SNES port. Agreed. And this does have Poison and Roxy in it. Those characters weren't moved, but they don't have their full
Jessica was kidnapped.
short shorts.
Jessica?
They have like a jean
My sweetheart since childhood.
skirt.
The Mad Gear must pay. She's my friend too. Count me in.
What would the mirror ever do to you, Cody? Alright. The X68. Man, the first time I ever heard of that system was back on the Castlevania Dungeon. And they were showing what was later Castlevania Chronicles. And I really wanted to play it. And I remember someone put like an emulator together, but it worked like crap back then. And I could never get it to work. And I really, really wanted to play it. Funny thing was, when I actually had the opportunity to play it, when it was re-released on the PlayStation, I was kind of like done with video games. It was a weird period for me. I was really into music at that point, though, making music. Yeah, Sharp had their hands in a few different video game systems. Obviously their own stuff, but of course they had their twin Famicom, the Sharp twin Famicom, that did both the Famicom and the Famicom Disk System in one. I had one of those at one point, but it was broken. Yeah, all those games on that computer were floppy disks, weren't they? Not the 3 1/4, the bigger floppy disks. Let's see if I'm trying to lock him into a turn punch. It's not happening though. Got an extra life, lost my extra life. Five and a 1/4-inch floppy disks, I think those were. I don't remember. Same size as the Commodores, I think. And really, really cool box art and cases for them. Windy Gaming had a couple of them for sale. I don't remember what games he had. If he would have had a Castlevania, I would have bought it. But the boxes were cool. They were kind of like the PCFX and the Neo Geo, if I remember correctly. There's a port of Street Fighter 2 on that system, if I remember correctly. The sound was also pretty decent on it, too. I think it had a rolling sound card in it. Something like that. So some FM synthesis stuff. Didn't they have a port of East 3 on that system? I will say that is like one really cool facet of Japanese history is their computers. I mean, obviously we had IBM and Apple and stuff over here and Commodore, but the Japanese had some really interesting computers. That was a decent sized machine too, wasn't it? Magic Sword, yeah, that is a great port. That's pretty much arcade accurate, close as you can get. I have the actual arcade board of Final Fight. Obviously, it's just hard to play without a super gun. What game are you doing a playthrough on, Joystick? Yeah, I'm happy they incorporated a lot of the Final Fight characters in the Street Fighter Alpha and the Street Fighter universe eventually. I actually collect all the Street Fighter comics, which, you know, yeah, they're not the greatest bit of storytelling in comic book history, but I love the artwork and I love any expanded stuff on Street Fighter. And at one point, Udon Entertainment was trying to get a Final Fight comic book series going, and it never happened. It was a total shame. I thought it would have been awesome. Kind of make that a little more dark and gritty. Oh, nice, man. Joystick, I'll have to check out your playthrough because East 3 is actually my favorite East game. This is the first one I've played, so I have a soft spot in my heart for it. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I'll be sure to check it out. Are you doing it on an emulator, or are you playing it on actual hardware? Come on, turn punch, turn punch. Cool. I'm gonna say with those floppy disk systems, it's got to be tough trying to keep those in decent condition with the wear and tear on those things. They don't last long. I have a Core Carbon synthesizer that uses the 3 1/4 inch floppies, and I had a lot of music on there, and I ended up making like 3 or 4 backups of those things just so I have them. So I got like a USB to 3 1/4 inch floppy to keep those files and stuff in place from some of my old music. Of course, I have them backed up on a regular hard drive too, but when the disk drive goes on that, it's gonna suck. I'll probably have to figure out some way to retrofit it with a different type of storage. Oh yeah, definitely check out the East Games Hypno. Really, really, really fun series. Action RPG too, so it's not super grindy. You can play through them really quickly. I prefer the original overhead 2D ones, not so much the 3D remakes. I'm gonna break this car and then I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I gotta get up early because I have 10 miles to run in the morning. And today was my cheat day, so it's gonna be rough.